The final word.
Yes, indeed. Oh, let's go. So, we have in the building no other.
The final word.
The lady herself, Miss Jess. What's up, Jess?
The ladies.
What's up, Jess?
Guys, oh my goodness. Like, how did you find out these pictures? I'm stunned.
Oh, man. The internet. The internet.
Or the internet. The internet.
Oh, man.
You gotta take the T's out. Internet.
Well, guys,
The
thanks for
internet.
having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah. Come on.
We also have in the building Mr. J Tuck
The final
himself.
word.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Cowboys Nation?
The final
Yes,
word.
man, we'll talk about it here in a second. Super proud of you, sis. You out there killing it. We super proud of you. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Man, we're going to have some fun. So, we're
Never
going
a
to
dull
learn.
moment in the Cowboys Nation. Never a dull moment, man. Ain't no
Oh,
Austin.
Never. Never
Yeah.
done
No.
it, man.
No, never.
The
Never.
The final word.
So, yeah, we was talking earlier. We was talking about just how
The final word.
small this world is.
The
and all
final
that kind of
word.
stuff.
The final word.
And just how we all ran into each other at SportsCon. And then it was perfect because Jess was just promoted. Can you tell us about your new position with Pro Football Network, please?
Sure. Yes, of course. You know what? I'm so excited.
The final word.
First film, and it doesn't even feel real. So I'm the Dallas Cowboys beat reporter for Pro Football Network, and I just cannot believe this is my life. It is one of those things where, you know, a year and a half ago, I made the jump to move to Dallas, and I said, I'm going to figure out a way to cover the Cowboys. And a year and a half later, I had no idea what my life would be. So Pro Football Network has been amazing to me. Everybody there has been so great, and they've made me feel so welcomed and valued. And I think anytime you can find that work environment, you take it and you enjoy it. So I'm just really happy and I'm really excited.
The final word.
Man, let's go. I can't wait till we talk about it.
The final word.
Tony Romo.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Let's
The
go.
final word.
No, this one. We doing it different. We'll do this one. Ah, man.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something like this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb. Oh!
Wait a minute.
I see y'all. I see you. Keith Stone. Michael Lockhart. Let's go.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin. That's a, we got to trade. We got to trade. We got to trade.
I said this is the place to move
We were
down.
just sitting here talking Justin Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard, or go home. Go hard,
Let's go.
or go home.
Come on.
Go hard, go hard, go home, go home. Go hard, go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go hard, go home, go home. Go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the pick.
Man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Have a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, go home, go home. Go hard, go hard, go home, go home. Go hard, go hard, go home, go home. Go hard, go hard, go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, go hard, go home. Go hard, go home.
All right, man, let's get it. All right, so Jess.
Hello.
Now, how do you want to start this off? Do you want to start this off from the top turnbuckle or the?
Oh man. You know what? That's a wrestling reference, and if you know anything about me, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hate on a wrestling reference. So just for that, I feel like we have to start at the top rope, you know?
Well, let's go.
It's refreshing. Yeah, you know, something I've been wanting to do for a while is talk to Dak one-on-one, because it's really hard to get Dak away from the group of media. You know, understandably so. He's quarterback one. That comes with the job, right? But it's very rare and in between that we get one-on-one conversations with Dak. And so I had that opportunity yesterday, and it was really just refreshing to hear from him compared to the last time I heard from him, which was last season. Well, what I really wanted to ask him in terms of everything that we're seeing right now coming out of minicamp was the wide receiver 4 spot and how that's shaping up, because it is such a competition right now. You have Simi Fehoko, you have Kavante Turpin, you have Jalen Tolbert. You have these guys that are wanting to come up, whether they're taking a second-year jump or a third-year jump. You have all of these guys with different reasons for competing for that spot. And so 2 guys that really have stood out to me specifically during minicamp and even during OTAs was Simi Fehoko and Kavante Turpin. And so I asked him about...
We go pause right there for a second.
Pause it.
All right. So, because it's been other names going around, but you said, and you stood out on that sword, and I like that the 2 guys that stood out to you was Fehoko and you said
Terp. Yeah, Terp,
yeah. Yeah, break that down. What you seeing out there?
Yeah, so, you know, with doing Girls Talk, Boys Talk, we were allowed to go to OTAs and minicamp. And so we really got to sit there and evaluate everything. And it was really, really helpful, especially going into the slow period that we've been in the last few weeks while the guys have been on break and then ahead of training camp. So the reason I picked those 2 guys, well, Kavante, I've talked to him since last season, and he had told me, you know, wait until everything starts back up and I want to be more integrated in the offense. So I kept that in the back of my mind during really after the playoff loss going forward. So then OTAs comes around, minicamp comes around, and guess who's getting 1 reps? Kavante Turpin. And I said, ooh, he looks fresh, because keep in mind, this is the first time that you really see Turp full force, full speed, rested up, because he went from one football season to the next and really no break. So he looks really, really refreshed and well rested. As for Semi is somebody that I've just always rooted for in terms of getting an opportunity. And so what better time than now than for him to get it? And so I was lucky enough that during media days for the Cowboys, I did some work with their promotions team. I was walking him from station to station to get his media, stuff done, his pictures, all of that for the season. And I had a chance to talk to him. And mind you, this was before minicamp. And I talked to him and, just really got to know him. At that point, his wife was still pregnant. She hadn't had the baby yet, so he was very excited for that. And we just got to talking a little bit. So going into minicamp, I kept an eye on him and stood out again because, again, he's getting reps with the ones. And what I like about Semi is you see him actively going to ask questions after the reps. So he's learning and he's absorbing and he always is trying to get better. So for me, when a guy is actively taking those steps to get better, all for it. And not just that, he's a guy off the field that you want on your team 100%.
Yeah. So because in this new offense, I was thinking it was going to help these guys, like simplify the offense, not having many option routes. Did y'all have anything about,
So to piggyback off of that, boss. So I know, Jess, you did an interview with Simi Fioco the other day, great interview that you posted on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Simi had said that when we talked about this Texas Coast offense, it's very similar to what he played in at Stanford. And so he was also talking about just having an understanding that a lot of the wide receivers are really going to like this offense because they know where to go, what to do, and they're able to use their God-given ability. And he's very familiar with it. And a lot of people don't understand. If you go all the way back to when Simi was at college at Stanford, he was a deep threat. He was a good guy that could stretch the field, can high point the ball. He was a speedster. He even did kick returns. Like, he did a lot of different things. So, I think the Cowboys definitely have a plan to kind of see how does, he fit this offensive scheme. Now, what she really has my interest is when it comes to Kavante Turpin, because I've been kind of like, okay, where is Turpin going to be included from the offense? Is he going to just be a special teams guy? But to hear that the Cowboys actually have a plan for Turp this year got me excited. And he also got to toss in Jalen Tolbert in the mix. So it's going to be open competition at that wide receiver 4 spot.
Oh, well, no doubt. When I look at my guy Kavante Turpin last year, it follows up just what Jess said. He was a guy that was pretty much went from one professional career, USFL, over to the NFL with no break. And that could have a lot of mental clarity, a clog or what have you. It could have a lot of a law of diminishing rates of return. It could have a lot of that. And then when you think of Simi, all we heard was last year of how difficult the offense was for the wide receivers. So now that you see Simi picking up the playbook even more and having something that's more suitable for him, you should see him use that 6'3.5" frame and that 4.4 speed out there actively. So yes, I agree. Simi and Kavante Turpin should turn heads during this particular training camp. But this will be this right here. Last season, Simi showed up in training camp and he turned a lot of heads. So hopefully this will be able to be transferable to the regular season this time.
What's going on? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. And real quick, Big, she made her observations.
I was listening.
Okay, go for it. Just want to make sure you.
Yeah, I was hearing everything. And what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Been a while. So good to see you on. I'm so happy.
It's
so
been
happy.
a hot minute. I know. I'm happy.
It's been a while. Yeah, you've been killing it, so I'm geeked up. Just the Turpin Simi thing first with Turpin, I'm hoping that they have something for him. So everything you're saying right there just gets me excited because, I feel like he does add some kind of an element. We wanted to see it last year, right? There was a lot of things that we wanted to see last year, and one of those things where he was a little bit of a deep threat. He could get loose. You thought he could get some juice to the offense. So I was wanting to see that. So the fact that you're saying that right now gives me good hope, especially with the receiver room the way it is. So it looks like there might be a chance. But I guess the biggest interest with me was with Simi because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think there was going to be an opportunity because of the log jam, Jalen Tolbert. I was really wondering what something was going to happen, but as I continue to watch the interviews, as I continue to see the team kind of Dak, I think the team really likes him, wants him to do good. I feel like he's kind of injected a spot on the team because of his personality. People gravitate toward him. And I think the Cowboys like that and Dak and them like that. So I feel like that's going to also help him stay on the squad as well. I think that's going to help him farther along, because once the Cowboys like you, and in particular, they're going to keep you no matter what. So I think he can build on that. And if he continues to have a good camp like he was having last year, it's only going to help the Cowboys, right? Because if Jalen Tolbert continues to step up as he has, and Simi does, this gives a real threat for other people out there. Now you don't sit there and say, man, we got two people. Now you actually got a wave of receivers that can come at you, and that's better for the Dallas Cowboys.
She has some more to say. Here we go.
Terp. He's spoken highly of Terp in the press conferences already that he's had throughout OTAs, but specifically Simi Fehoko. Him and I spent time during media days together. We were talking a lot more, and I told him, it's interesting seeing your progression with Dak, because you've worked in the Dak yard this offseason. He said, yeah, it's paying off. I feel this new confidence. So I asked Dak about Simi. And when Dak talked to me about Simi, he said he's on the same kind of progression that I saw from Cedric Wilson, which, what a throwback when you think about it. You pull up Cedric Wilson's stats. His year 3 jump was huge, and he became that clutch guy for Dak to where he took the jump that Simi is looking to take. So to hear that comparison from Dak was amazing. I mean, Cedric, his final season with the Cowboys, had 5 touchdowns that season. He had over 600 yards that season as well. And I'm not saying that's what Semi's going to have, right? I'm not saying that by any means. But what I am saying is that coming from Dak, making that comparison of the track that Semi's on is somebody that I really think Cowboys Nation should keep a closer eye on, because Simi is making that jump. He's making the connection. He's making that cadence with his quarterback one, and it is absolutely showing.
Ooh, please continue.
Yeah, continue.
Y'all are embarrassing me. I'm gonna start blushing.
You coming with that fire?
Hey,
Come on with it. Come on with the fire.
Keep in mind,
Keep
she
on
got
coming
this
with
from
that fire.
Dak. She got
that from Dak, straight from the source, huh?
Yeah, it was really cool because, again, in the locker room situation, it's really rare that you can talk to Dak, I guess, by yourself. And honestly, Dak does so much media during the week that if I see him like having a second to himself, I'm not going to go up to him unless it's to say, hi, how are you? Because, let him have a break, But he was walking out, and I just decided to kind of walk with him, and I was curious. And so we started talking a little bit more, and right before that, I was actually talking to Semi in the locker room about Taylor Swift. That's a whole other story. And he walks up to Dak, and again, we're all talking about Taylor Swift. So then I figured at that point, like, I really want to ask Dak this question. So I just, went ahead, asked my question to Dak. And yeah, when Dak said that it's comparable to the Cedric track, it just clicked. It made sense that was exactly kind of the work that you even saw Cedric putting in back then, right before he took that jump. And you saw what Cedric was able to do. You saw the impact Cedric had. And even to this day, Cedric's still a name that Cowboys Nation will bring up pretty often. And so it's really cool to see what Semi is putting in this offseason. I think more than anything, that entire wide receiver room just continuing to put work in the backyard has said so much, because we take it for granted that the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys has this backyard, if you will, that he allows people to go into his home to work in. We say it so frequently, it's the Dak yard, but you don't really understand the magnitude of that, because it's really not heard of. Like, it's something more special and deep, and that was something I talked to Semi about on the Writer's Block podcast when we interviewed him with my co-host Brandon and I, and he said there's something so different about being welcomed into somebody's home that helps you build that connection faster. And so Semi's working. Like, I'm really excited to see him going into camp, and at this point, he is ready to seize his opportunity. It's going to be really fun.
And I want to tell y'all something I've observed being close to Jess and watching her work. The relationships that you build are great. When we was interviewing Rico Dottle, right? And as soon as he finished with the interview, he said, "Hey, Jess," you know. and then the same thing happened when we was with Tyler, you know, Biotis. And you know, we sitting there kicking it, you know, we do our thing, and he get up. The first thing he says, "Jess," you know. So like, kind of talk about that, like. Obviously being somebody that's a work the beat, but working it your way to build these relationships that give us this type of content. Like, can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think when it comes to how I do my work it's always a player is a person first mentality. I never sit there and, you know, grill them for questions. And I'm not the kind of reporter that's going to sit there and, you know, maybe sometimes it could be a downfall that I'm not going to grill them the hard questions. I'm going to ask, how are you doing? How's your day? How's the dog? How's the wife? How's the baby? I'm asking all those things first because, again, they're humans and they have stuff outside of football, right? And so I think, you know, last season was a really, really cool experience for me to go in there and start building these connections with these guys because more than anything, I just want them to know that they have a place for their stories to be. And stories that might not get, you know, as much attention as other stories, but if it's something that, you know, they feel is a great story, I'm going to hear them out, right? And it's just, I guess, having the empathy and compassion to do my job and understanding they're still human, but also knowing that anything I say, whether it be on a podcast, in an article, online, I would tell them to their face. And it's not something it's something that I really hold high is the relationships I do have with them because it is a very blessed position to be in. And, you know, it's kind of funny because sometimes I'll be talking about, you know, stories and on these podcasts, I'm like, oh yeah, Simi said this and Rico said this and Zack said this. And I kind of just forget that I'm talking about them as players, right? Because to me, they're just people that I talk to when I'm at work. So
right, yeah.
It's just really putting it in perspective of they are humans before they are players. Hi, Aisha. Hi, girl.
Yeah, Aisha, yeah. Shout out to Aisha. She is in the building.
And you know what? Aisha's done a great job of doing the same thing, and her and I talk about this a lot, is when we go in there, we don't take it for granted, and we also we check up on them. How are you? Goes a long way with people. You know, how's the family? How's the dog? Again, just human interactions. Just, you know, I talk to them like I would talk to any other person, and I really, I don't take it for granted.
Wow. So now we got to talk about what everybody want to talk about.
Man,
I wonder what that could be, you know?
Everybody want to talk about Zack
curveball
skipping the line. Zack Martin, you done skipped the line.
Man,
okay, go Tuck, because I know something on your heart, bro. Talk to me. What is going on? Talk to me.
What happened this quarter, right? So, you know, Zack Martin was announced that, you know, EA Sports announced that Zack Martin was going to be a part of the 99 club. So on the Madden video game, it's going to be a 99 overall. One of the first players to do it since 2003 at the right guard, or at the guard position since Larry Allen, right? So a lot of Cowboys fans, yeah, 99, Zack Martin, let's go, 99. You know, sitting back, relaxing, chilling, you know what I'm saying, just talking video games. And then Adam Schefter came in the middle of the party and slapped over cups, you know what I'm saying, kicked over the cake, everything, with this tweet right here talking about Zack Martin is considering not reporting a training camp. And here's the thing, we know on Twitter, man. So I double checked it. I checked Adam Schefter, saw it was 10.5 mil. I went back and rechecked it just to make sure, just to make sure I was, you know what I'm saying, because I was in the gym this morning and I was like, I didn't see this one coming. So this was the curveball. Like you said, boss, Zack Martin just skipped the line.
He just skipped the line.
Damn it, he got to eat first. He got to eat first. You know what I'm saying? So
wait.
I mean, we'll talk about it.
Why does he have to eat first, Tuck?
Because he's Zack freaking Martin.
No, sir. We got to talk about this.
You go to the clubs, and some people won't get recognized, skip the line. The bouncers tell them get to the back, man. But people recognize who you are.
They're not going to tell Zach Martin get to the back though. You know.
Come on, you good.
And Zach got a lot of cash on that. Zach got a lot of cash on that. He got a lot of real estate. 4 out of the 5 guys on the offensive line was hurt last year, and he was the 5th guy that wasn't hurt. So he is a guy that when you look back at it, you can count on your hand. On one hand, how many sacks he allowed in the last few years. He got more Pro Bowls and all pros than he has holding calls. So let this brother, if he want to skip the line, if he want to fly on the helipad, the helicopter, whatever it may be, to the keys to the yacht, give it to Zach Martin. Don't put T in his name. Just say Zach Martin. You got it, dog. So, hey, go ahead, figure out a way to pay the man. But I get it, though. He is 32 years of age, and if you want to hold him out and put his feet to the fire, if you want to be that type of person, you can do that too. But I will tell you, man, the Cowboys is all about keeping it easy, and they're going to pay that man.
Big. We got to hear from you, and then we got you, Jess.
Come on, Big. Come on, dog.
Because I'm going to keep it real.
Yeah, they're going to, I mean...
Don't put that dog up there, boss.
I'm not. Hey, don't do it.
I'm not doing it.
Don't do it, please, don't.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
Okay.
1 plus 1 equals 2.
Uh-oh.
Feel me?
You done gave up.
It's... What you mean?
You mean you finna just let Zach... Yeah, you finna let Zach Martin just go to the front of the line and knock over the tables.
Yeah, I mean, dog.
Give me your soda. Yeah,
look.
Yeah,
hold up. Now, you already... Hold up. Now, first of all, you already know about how I feel about the Diggs thing already. So that ain't no surprise how I already feel about how this thing with Diggs, and it's starting to already come up, and I already told y'all he might be the guy that may be left. So I don't know, but that's just how I feel. Now, as far as with Zach Martin goes, I just feel like this is much talk to do about nothing, because he said he was unhappy with the restructure, things of that nature. Well, the Cowboys love to restructure. So I feel like if he's frustrated about that and they love to restructure, I don't think this is going to be an issue and a problem. And I feel like they're definitely going to take care of him, because when haven't they? And I know he's 32, but he's a guard. He's not like a tackle. Guards can play longer in the NFL. They can play 35, 36 and still play at a good high level. We've seen it many, many times. Guards are able to do that. Is he breaking down a little bit? Yeah, but he's not all falling off where we're like, come on, dog, not pay him. So I just feel like this is much to do about nothing, in my opinion. It's going to get taken care of in training camp, and then they'll worry about what's going on after that, because I already done told you they may slap that franchise tag on Trevor Diggs down the line.
Oh, my. You might have to break the tie. Jess,
they're going to have no choice.
Wait. Go ahead.
He ain't lying. They're going to have no choice to extend Zach Martin, because he's going to be $24 million against the cap next year if they don't. So it's like they're going to have to make a move eventually. So might as well go ahead and make it now. So they're going to get the deal done. Before camp, I don't know. But it's going to happen. Go ahead, Jess.
Why do I have to be the one to be? Go ahead. I'll be that guy. I will be that guy.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I think if you invest in Zach Martin, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. If you invest in Zach Martin, you're not only just investing in Zach Martin, you're investing in the future of your O-line. Because look at the kind of, I guess, ripple effect that Jason Peters even had going in there, and giving that knowledge and showing these young guys how to really work this line, how to have the cadence, and especially when you're talking about a versatile O-line like the Dallas Cowboys that have many variations, which I don't really see going anywhere. And that's just the nature of what you have with the Cowboys O-line. They're working these different variations. They're working these different combinations. You're investing in a guy that is going to be able to help teach those rookies how to be successful like he's been in his career. And for me, you're not just talking rookies. You're also talking Tyler Smith, who needs to take his year 2 jump as well. So continue building on greatness, stacking it up, and utilizing Zach Martin as a resource. Why would you not pay him? It's just simple. Just pay him.
Yeah. See? Pay the man.
Pay the man, man.
Help solidify that O-line, because there's already a multiverse of O-line madness within it already. Get it done. Make it, just kill the conversation, get it done, and that's about it. Period.
Nip it in the bud.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
You look like you're up to no good. I don't know.
Do y'all remember when this is me? When I do this, clear our views. If you are Terrence Steele, how you feeling right now?
Like Terrence Steele?
Now, see, y'all being nice. Y'all being nice. If you are Diggs and CeeDee Lamb, how you feeling right now? You like, wait. I'm trying to get my second contract after my rookie contract, or my first contract after my rookie, however you say. And also,
honestly,
by the way,
honestly,
well played, Zach Martin. By the way, he waited till his Madden rating came out at 99.
Come on, man. He went to Notre Dame for a reason now.
Boy,
come on, man.
You cannot beat the timing on this.
Yeah.
This was like well played. But then because I'm really being honest, I'm thinking if I'm trying to put myself in Steven's situation, right? And I'm not saying I'm against Zach Martin, but I'm just thinking, like, if I just am I going with 33 over guys in their 20s? You know? It's and he skipped the line. It's like, and see, this is why.
What line?
Right. No, wait, y'all doing too much. Just hear me out.
He made his own line.
All right, check this out. See, every Dallas Cowboys players, they sign long-term contracts, no matter how great they are. Every one of them. When your counterparts, and when these guys sign these contracts, every one of these guys was on the top of their game. Every one of them. Every one of them was in their prime and playing good. The only one that actually got a 4-year contract was Dak, and even he had to have some vulnerable years, and had to fight for it. So I'm over here thinking, man, you signed it, Zach. Why you gotta skip me? You signed it, like, you know, like, and it's like, man, and going into training camp, that's usually where the deals are going to get done, or right at that point.
Right.
So if I just had to pick, it's hard, but if I had to pick, I would go with the young guys.
No.
Hold on. Let me jump in there, Law.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Let me say something on this right quick.
From this standpoint, I would call this bluff. I would just be like, hey, okay, well, if you gonna hold out, all right.
I mean, that's cool and all, but listen to this though, boss. That's cool and all, and I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm looking at it like this. This is what my opinion is about the young players that we've all been talking about. This may feel like it's an all-in season, right? They went out and got parts and pieces and doing things they haven't. I feel like the Joneses and the team are still sitting back and waiting to see how this season plays out. You have a veteran in Zach Martin who could be an anchor for you trying to be that team this year, right? So I could see them going on and say, let's go ahead and restructure and take care of this. Now, as far as your CeeDee Lamb and your Trevin Diggs and those guys, I definitely feel you. But I also feel like they're looking at this season to say, how do we do this season? Because if we don't come out and do what we feel like we do, and we're relatively healthy, and Dallas doesn't take that next level and may fail, if we're talking about that, then that's when I think they reevaluate who they're going to sign. And I think they're waiting on that because they want to see this season in particular. That's why they put them chips in. Now let's see what y'all can do. Because if we don't win this or get to a level, are we really going to jump out there and pay all these guys this money now if we maybe fail again? That's something that you have to really think about what they're trying to do.
And what you also got to consider, like James is saying, right? The one guy you know who's going to be who he is Zach Martin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can guarantee Zach Martin's going to be Zach Martin. So what you got to also think about from Zach Martin's standpoint, okay, you looking across, okay, you got Trayvon Diggs. They ain't getting no deal done with Trayvon Diggs before we get out to Oxnard. They ain't signing CeeDee Lamb before we get out to Oxnard. Therefore, y'all move out the way and let me through at the front line, bro. Like,
wait.
And Jay Tuck, technically, the Zach Martin deal, if you sign and extend him, guess what will happen after that?
Opens up more money.
You open up even more money. So it will be a gateway and alleyway for Terrence Steele to get paid, for Tyler Biadasz to get paid. Oh, excuse me, my guy CD Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. So you can start working on it from that end versus working on it from Dak Prescott end. Dak will be the mortgage you got to pay, but man, good Lord. I think that Zach Martin is the second home of the mortgage that you can pay first to get things going for the other guys. So pay Zach Martin, get it done. Like Jess said, he is the way and he is the right one. Come on, let's go.
Did you say he was the Christ? Wait.
No, I said
he is the way, the truth, and the life.
No, I didn't say he's
doing
the
that
right.
now.
No.
You asked a question. You said, how are these other guys going to feel? That's their leader. I don't think they're going to feel any type of way about it. They're going to agree. I mean, to be honest, if you think of somebody that you idolize that has been, a veteran in whatever, work environment that you're in. So, say if you're a reporter, senior reporters, you respect their grind. You have seen, a little glimpse of what they've done. Some of these guys are young enough to even remember watching Zach Martin probably get drafted or even start his rookie season. So again, they're not going to feel away, and maybe some will, but for the most part, it's one of those for the greater good situations, you get him paid, period. There's no line for him. Period. He has his own line. He's in his own line. You give him whatever he wants. Let him in the club. It doesn't matter. It's Zach Martin.
No.
He's your second longest tenured player on your offense, okay, just behind Tyron Smith. So, again, you let him do what he needs to do. And if it makes sense to restructure, to open up even more money, to let the dominoes start flowing in a line to really get all the rest of these deals done, just do it. Just do it.
Tell him, Jess. Tell him, Jess. Be like Nike. Be like Nike. Look, be like Nike. Just do it.
Just do it. Larry asked.
Oh my gosh!
Lord, really?
What was that?
Come on,
Cut that out.
Come on,
Cut that out, man.
That's hateful.
Hey, man.
Bro, come on,
Listen, man. Listen.
Thank you.
I
Come on,
listen,
no.
I appreciate all of
Thank
y'all.
you,
I appreciate
man.
y'all just
Come on, man.
love some Zach Martin. Then I do. This is a hard one. I'm just joking. This is a hard one. This is hard for Steven. I do feel sorry for Steven on this one. Because
I just wish the OC was here right now, man.
He would.
He shut you down too, boss. It'd be 5-1, 4-1.
It'd be 5-1.
Well, you know what?
Are
I mean, you
willing?
didn't, but
No,
you
I
did
didn't.
in a way.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, in a way.
Listen,
in a way.
I'm in the minority on this, and I'm cool with that. My thing is this. Because, see, I'm looking at his language. Let me look at this language real quick. Because we just really trying to break this. Jess, I know you and Tuck, I know y'all didn't think we was going to fight about this. But, hey, man, it's the final word. We go fight about things sometimes. So that's just what it is. We fight at times. All right.
Look at that last line. Read that last line.
Look where it says the lack of interest in restructuring. All I need to hear was restructure, and I was cool after I heard that, because that's what the Cowboys do. So if that's what he's saying, they're going to restructure because y'all just said it opens up money, and that's the Cowboy way. So why, in my opinion, are we frustrated or thinking he's going to hold out when that's what the Cowboys do?
He's 11.
That's the big word. That's the big word right there.
This year, 24 next year.
No, hear me out. That word right there is why Stephen Jones and Jerry cannot blink.
But it's also, that could be the word of speculation, and it could also be the word of cap due to the new collective bargaining agreement. No players really holding out because those fines are unforgivable. The owners can't even pay back those fines, and I don't really see Zach Martin holding out.
That's what I'm saying. That's why because that's why, to me, you gotta call his bluff. Now, this is not saying you don't pay him and not saying he don't deserve it. I want y'all to hear me out. I'm talking about how do I see this playing now, right? If I'm Jerry and I'm Steven and you say, oh, you considering holding out? Well, let's just wait till we get there.
But you know what? You know what's the craziest thing, though, boss? And let me be real with y'all, man.
Okay.
We've been trying to find a right guard since my guy left at right guard. And I'm talking about the guy with the knees, Ron Leary. So look how long it will be for the Cowboys to try to find another left guard. Excuse me, I'm all off for my guards. We've been trying to find a left guard since my guy Ron Leary left, right? Think and imagine how long it would take us to find another right guard. You see? So pay the man, stop dealing with this trash, and go ahead and pay the man and get it done.
Wait. Hold on,
Think about it.
Law.
I don't want to foresee Matt Barney y'all playing right guard.
You take the first offer? You never take the first offer.
Money resign.
Why
Come
do you
on,
take the first offer? So all Zack Martin had to do was threaten you. You would just pay.
Man, come on with it, man. Show. I'm looking for. Look, if Zack Martin wasn't here last year, all of the offensive linemen would have been moved around.
But why panic? Like, why just be like, oh, let's just pay him? Like, wait.
Wait.
Let's just see if he don't show up. Because what if he show up?
Remember last time he threatened to hold out and they paid him.
The right tackle in the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? That's why he should pay it right now. Maybe Zack Martin kick out the right tackle, play a little like, nah, bro. You gotta pay. And here's the thing, it's just a restructure.
You just gotta pay. Cause he said, I'm considering now reporting y'all. Okay, pay him.
Yeah. But also, when you're talking about this offensive line and the shuffle that we've been going through this entire offseason of who's going to be where and who's going to shift where, and if Terrence Steele isn't healthy, what happens? And if he is, what happens? Who was the only person in that O-line that everybody has sat there to say has solidified his spot in the line?
Zack.
Only person, other than Tyler Biadasz center. Other than that, who's the only person that was like, this is not even worth talking about because you already know where Zack Martin's going to be. I mean,
he's reliable.
Jess.
I cannot say he's not reliable. He's reliable.
Jess,
he's very reliable.
The day my guy, Boss Cowboy, see Joshua ball at right guard, he's gonna be like, "Pay Zack Martin, pay him. I got the money in my pocket right now.
This is the difference between me and y'all. This is the difference between me and y'all. I would wait to see if he show up to training camp before I pay him.
Well, here's the thing, boss.
You don't want to see Josh ball right there.
So a strategic holdout would be is I know that if I don't go to camp, I'm gonna lose $50,000. But I can go to camp and all of a sudden my hamstring tight.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I want to see you do that. I want to see if you mean it. That's what I really. Let's switch it to this. I want to switch it to one more thing. Just one more thing. What do y'all think is gonna happen? Start with you, Jess.
What I think is going to happen is I think he reports to camp. And again, this is just all speculation in my brain. I think he reports to camp because he's just that kind of guy. He's that kind of leader. And I think eventually they get it restructured. If not, this next week, if not during camp. I think by the time the season actually starts, he's restructured and all is well. I think it's as simple as that.
I think they pushed the button. I don't think they're gonna push the button before Wednesday. So with boss, you're kind of right, but they're gonna press the button. They're gonna
press it.
Press it.
That's what I'm trying to say. What you think is going to happen?
Because it makes sense, right? Because there might be some additional guys you want to bring in as well. And like Law was saying, it clears up space because, like I said, he's 11 mil towards the cap this year, 24 next year, right? So you can spread that money, which the Cowboys like to do. So that's the thing. It's very easy to do. It's right up the Cowboys' alley. So why not go ahead and just get it done? Because you're going to have to do it next year because you're not going to let Zack Martin go towards $24 million towards the cap next year. So you might as well just press the button right now and make the rule, keep everybody happy because the one guy you don't want disgruntled is the anchor of your offensive line.
Okay. What you think will happen, B?
Yeah. I mean, it's about to be 3 for 3 on this one. I mean, I feel the same way as far as the situation where, Zack Martin I just feel like it's not going to happen. And I keep on going with restructure. And a lot of other NFL teams do this. This is not abnormal. This is normal through the NFL way. And yes, do we see the kicking the money down the line? But I feel like this is a different type of player to do that with, once again, because of the position he plays. He plays the guard position. So I feel like you can get more optimal years out of him. It'd be different if he was like a tackle or maybe maybe something like that. And at that age where you're looking at a position where maybe the down tread, you don't want to jump out there like a running back or something like that, right, boss? But we're talking about the guard position where guys are fluid at that position and can play a long time. And it's not like we saw a downtrend. Did he have the best season last year? No, but his worst season is still better than pretty much all these other guards out there. So Cowboys will do it. They'll take care of it. We'll move on from it. And once the money opens, we'll see if they really do this with the other guys, because we keep on talking about paying these young players. But as I said before, you already heard the Dez thing. They playing the undercut game. So let the games begin regardless.
Let the games begin.
What you think will happen, Love?
Just like Big Game James just said it. Last year wasn't his best season, and he still got a 99 on Madden. So when we start thinking about it too, who's more valuable to this team, D-Law or Zack Martin? I think that we will still see the good cop versus bad cop. Stephen Jones is going to try to do your game, boss. He's going to try to put the pressure on him. But Zack Martin going to play the D-Law card and say, put Daddy on the phone. Put Daddy Jones on the phone. And he's going to open up that wallet, because Jerry Jones, at the end of the day, he's going to know that this team is Super Bowl contentious. I know I said it. I know it's still July, but don't shank me with the butter knife. You want to go into this training camp without all of that distraction, right? Because you're picking up a new offense and a new philosophy. Have your front five together, because everybody got to be on the same page. Go ahead and pay the man, and don't worry about the other things, the ancillary stuff. Pay Zack Martin now. Get it
also,
out the way.
Also, a new offensive line coach too.
I forgot about that. Solari got to get his hands on Zack Martin. You know,
so you want the captain out there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need your captain out there. You got a new offensive line coach.
4-1 right now, boss. What you got, man? Come on, man.
Panic everywhere. Just panic everywhere. All right. Hey. This is what I think is happening, and I think this is what's going to happen. First of all, like I said before, Zack Martin, you played this genius. You are, because see, this is what I can say about Zack Martin. See, when you somebody that's been here since 2014, you telling me you wasn't talking to Dez when he went through his contract dispute?
Oh, yeah, you didn't see it all.
Right, you've seen it all. You was right there with Dak, confident in him. You was right there through D-Law. You was right there with who else? Z. And if I was him, and I was like, who got paid first? Like, think about it. Who got paid first? The people who raised the most hell.
Yeah.
So, like Tank, when it was time for him to get paid, what did he say? I'm not signing or having my surgery until you pay me. Who got paid first? Right? So then...
He ain't lying.
Yeah. So then it was next. Z. Right? What did he say? I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm not showing up to Cabo. Who got paid second? Z.
Yeah.
Who was watching it the whole time? Zack Martin.
Oh,
who got paid last?
Dak.
All the good guys. All the
nice guys.
The nice guys.
That's not true, guys. Come on.
Okay, wait. You have to explain this. I want to hear your case, Jess. Come on now.
About nice guys finishing last?
Yes.
Look, I'm going to say, I'm just going to give y'all a little pointer.
Help me.
Heads up, you know. If a guy ever tells you nice guys finish last, red flag, run.
We're not talking about real relationships, Jess.
Oh boy, that's funny. That is funny.
We're not talking about real relationships, Jess.
Hold on.
We're talking about the relationship with Jerry and Steve.
She said, "Hey, Jess said run from them. Run from them."
Run from them.
She said run from them.
Nice guys finish last was termed and deemed by a nice guy, so a not nice guy, to finish last, period.
Oh, so it was a jerk that really said, hey, man, nice guys finish last. Oh, I know you're finished.
Well, I tell you what, that boy Zack Martin played this perfect.
But also remember, Zack has threatened holdout before on his last deal. He threatened to hold out from camp.
He actually
he
didn't
only
show
lasted
up.
a day.
That's when he got
didn't show
paid.
up.
He didn't show up, and they said it was the first time they didn't see his car out there. You know,
He lasted one
and they
day.
paid him the next day.
There
So,
you go.
but my point is this: this is a very veteran move by Zack Martin.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all this: I think Jerry and Steven respect it. I think they respect it because I think they're tough business people and they like tough when they see it back. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Y'all remember the Parcells story, right? With Romo, right? We had 2 contracts, right? And then Romo pushed back. He pushed back. He said, "Nah, I'm not signing that. I need a contract that shows me that y'all really respect me and believe that I could be your future quarterback." So they went out there and gave him a new contract within 5 minutes, which means what? They had 2. Right. And when he pushed back, they looked at each other and said, "Look at how he handled that. We got a franchise score." Wait. So when he pushed back, y'all like that? That's what I'm saying Zack Martin doing. And that's why I'm saying well played. Well played. So what I think is going to happen, I think Zack Martin is going to get paid first.
Okay, so we all agree. God, no.
Well, here's real indication, right? Because Zack Martin just announced yesterday that his jersey is now available in the pro shop. So.
You know what? I tell you what, this story been all fabricated by Jerry Jones. He called Adam Schefter and he said, "Adam, let me tell you what you're gonna do. The news been dry. Just tell them that Zack Martin is considered holding out. I won't tell you I'm the source though."
This was beautiful by all parties. I love how everybody played this. I like how Zack played this. And also shout out to our front office because they have been so disciplined. I'm gonna put the camera on me and say this.
Be careful.
This off season, they have been quiet.
We got some few days. We got a few days left though.
You're right.
We got a few days left.
Yeah, a few more days not gonna see wood, man.
So let me say it like this. So far, I'm proud of them. Because what was we hearing when it was time for Dak to get paid? We was hearing some front office noise. What was it when it was? Right?
No, we got to see about the pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got to see about Zeke who? Zeke who?
Yeah.
See, it's been none of that. It's been
Zack who shirt.
Yeah.
You better not come out with a Zack who shirt.
Comfort. Yeah. Shout out to Coop.
All right, y'all. But man, we go get into these final words, and I think my final word would be this. First of all, thank you, Jess, for being a very cool person. Because talking to you in SportsCon, it was funny that me and you had the same background when it came down to working with kids at the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, wow.
And just sharing those seeing our stories. It told me a lot about you and why it's so easy for you to build relationships because it's genuine. Like, it was one time we was talking, and it was somebody that I was gonna, that I would charge, but she was like, the fact that you didn't charge them mean that you really trying to stay focused on being a genuine person and don't change. And I appreciate those words, Jess. I do. But my final words is I'm very excited to be getting ready to go into training camp, with everybody, to watch Jess work, Aisha, and also great job, ladies, on breaking records with .com, watching Jay Tuck work, watching Law work, being here with Big Game James, and watching everybody work as we work together to kind of get, what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys and just putting it together. So my final words is, man, I just love the collaborations that's happening with us, as well as people that's very establishing and rising like Jess. And we gonna keep making this happen, man. That's my final word. I'm very excited.
All right. So my final word is this. Number one, so proud of you, Jess. I got the chance to interview you in 2021. And you were up and coming then. We had such a great conversation. Your personality was just so infectious. And that's one of the things I was telling Boss was, I just feel like she's going to do really good because she has that infectious personality. And to your point, how you just say, I don't just be trying to grill them. I just be saying, "What's up? How you doing? How the family?"
How
That
you
goes a
dog?
long way.
Mm-hmm.
That goes
It
a
does.
long
Yeah.
way to players because they really feel like you genuinely care about them. Because so many people pull to them in a negative fashion. When they get somebody who really just genuinely cares about regular life, they tend to open up more. They tend to trust you more, and then you start getting great things from them. So continue to be that person and that light in that locker room for us, right? Because Cowboys fans, we need that. We need Jess out there because she's going to give us all the good things just because of her personality. So you're going to get great interviews. You just saw the one with Simi.
Yep.
She's going to be putting down all these great interviews
Yep.
because of her personality, and she's going to be bringing out things you didn't know about these players. So shout out to you. I can't say like I'm somebody I'm proud of you, but I am. As I'm just love to see it, and I'm happy. And just the one last thing for me with camp, I just feel like this is do or die, y'all. I keep saying this. It's an all-in type of season, and just like what Jesse was talking about yesterday, when I've been kind of echoing, we really want to tap into this because if we don't, this might be a different scenery. What we'll be talking about next year: landscape, contracts, players, all kind of things. So let's go Cowboys. There's a lot of optimism. I have the optimism. It's quiet and chilling, but let's do this and let's continue to grow in this community because we're in good hands with these young ladies out there killing it in these streets. That's my final word.
Yeah, Jess, sis, I'm super proud of you. I have the utmost respect for people who go all in on their dreams. Like you said, you moved to Dallas on a kind of a hunch, and you're accomplishing everything you set to do. So super proud of you. Keep going. You're a superstar. You and Aisha, Haley, all of you guys. I watch you guys. I'm cheering you on. The same thing with Law and Boss, man. Huge salute to what you guys did at SportsCon. Like, even though we're, counterparts in this YouTube community, I'm a fan, man, and the work that y'all was doing was just incredible. And the way y'all conducted yourself was professional. The look, the engagement, the interviews, man, it gave us tons of content. So I'm excited to get to camp. We got football started next week. I've been talking about it on Twitter. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow. But I found randomly, y'all, some random Dak Prescott interviews, and it really goes to what Jess was saying about understanding the player. And I've been cheering from Dak since we drafted him, way back, out of Mississippi State. But hearing his story, it feels different, right? So he was talking about the struggles of living in a motel growing up, and I didn't know Dak struggled with asthma and all these different things, and what he was dealing with the passing of his brother and the impact of Tad. It's just like it damn near brought tears to my eyes, man. So it's just like, I know we talked about these players from an athletic standpoint, but like Jess has been saying, ultimately they're people as well. They got families, their sons, their husbands, a lot going on. So it really puts things in perspective. So I'm excited for this upcoming season, Cowboys Nation. A lot of people's going to try to talk you out of being confident in your team, but y'all know that's not how we do. We will fear nobody. We will respect our opponent. We will fear nobody. And it's time to get this season started and get back to work.
Yes, indeed.
Before you go, Jess.
Prepare for glory.
Who? What happened? What happened to the who? What happened? What happened to
that was the other drop. But I just wanted to put that in there because of the way he just put everything in perspectives the right way, man. Jay Tuck, man, that hit home too, man, with the asthma and all what Dak Prescott had to go through to get to where he's at, and losing a loved one, man. That hit home, man. So yeah. But go ahead. I ain't wanna.
No, you good, because your final word coming. We also tomorrow, just real quick, got Brandon Tucker coming in. A real good friend of Big Game James. They've been having a real good relationship for a long time. They could be doing a real good job of, and all of us obviously just kind of talking about, these guys in the off season, and the real work that prepares for a championship starts in the off season. So I'm excited for that. To see and talk to B Tuck again, who training some of our guys, and you can see it. Like, also looks good.
Yeah.
Good. And just before you go, anything that you want to highlight just from what you were saying, or any works that you want to highlight, just go for it. But I just want to first talk about that we have Brandon coming in tomorrow before you get into your final words. Here you go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to tune in tomorrow because that looks absolutely amazing, and I have no doubt that you guys are gonna put out a great product. First, thank you guys so much for all of the sweet words. It's been so weird since I announced this job, like all of the compliments I'm getting, because I'm really bad with just accepting them, right? So I always feel really awkward. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, but it really, it makes me so happy that you guys see me for genuinely who I am.
Yeah.
And that's all I ask is that the right people will follow me because they believe in what I'm putting out there, because it's really genuine to my heart and my brain and my mind and everything in between. So thank you guys so much for all of the sweet words. And man, I look up to you guys and I admire your work and all of the things. So real quick, if you guys want to follow along with my newest journey with Pro Football Network, I started posting articles earlier this week. So I think I already have 4 or 5 up. And I will be doing them daily. So if you want to go check them out, I got some exclusive stuff at SportsCon that's been really fun to write about. And then, I'm just going to follow along and really try to dive deep into the world of beat reporting from a writing standpoint, because it's new territory for me, especially in the last couple of years, just focusing on podcasting. But it really allows me to dive deep into my brain. So you never know what's in here. I mean, you just never know what's going to come out. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. But most of all, I'm just so grateful for all of it. I mean, I really am living my dream life that I had no idea would pan out or not, and I can be more thankful and grateful. So thank you guys so much. My heart.
Yes, indeed, Jess. I just want to say this, Jess. By you taking a leap of faith, that was everything. It's impossible to please God without faith. And by you taking that allowed him to move into your life to elevate you. So many people, they ask, where can I be? How can I be great? Where do I start? And the first thing is faith, right? Forward all issues to the heavens. Y'all write that down. Forward all issues to heaven, right? So by you doing that, it allowed him to move in and operate and get you to where you at right now. And when you are winning, it's like we all winning, because we can see someone just like you started off from the bottom and now you making it to the top, baby. And I love seeing that and being able to keep that glow, that presence was right there. Even when we was at SportsCon and you walked around, I can felt your presence coming into the room, and it was a warm, welcome spirit. It was a warm feeling to see you in your glow and in your shine right now, and continue to do that and continue to help elevate the nation. We will be reading those articles. We'll be taking those articles and talking about it over here on the social medias, and continue to do that. And Dallas Cowboys, let's continue to find a way. Pay Zack Martin. Don't play around with the money, right? Go ahead and pay the man.
Just give him the
and
money.
Get things going.
Just go ahead and just give it to him.
The money,
he
man,
ain't out of
because,
work. He just said he mad, and you just gave him the money. Okay.
Because it will open up for everybody else. Trayvon Diggs, Terrence Steele. Hey, what the first thing that Zack Martin said when Terrence Steele went down is Zack Martin said that Terrence Steele was the best offensive lineman in the room. And that's what he said. And also, with that being said, we got to get my guy Trayvon Diggs paid. I know me and Big Game James, we've been banging on the table for a long time to have a DB like that, and we just going to try to get rid of him? No, don't franchise tag that man. Go ahead and pay the man. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. That's my time. DC for life.
Before we go, because I was Jess, how can we find those articles? I want to show it. Just real quick.
Yeah. If you go to, probably the quickest way is through my Twitter. I've been posting a lot of them, but on profootballnetwork.com, all of my articles will be on there. And it's really cool because with PFN, they've really launched this boots on the ground kind of approach with local reporters. So it's really cool to be able to pave my own way within this space and make it my own. And they are so supportive of that. So profootballnetwork.com or my Twitter. I'm always going to repost it on there.
So I'm here.
Yep. Go to NFL up at the top.
Okay.
And then I think just click that. It should just take you to another page.
Yes, news.
Go to news. Yep. And then you'll scroll. Let's see. There should be some kind of article.
Okay, I see a Cowboy article.
Let's see. You'll scroll. That's schedule news. Okay.
You might have to go to teams.
Yeah, you might have to go back up. Yeah.
Yeah, go to teams, baby.
NFL team schedules? Oh,
Yeah,
teams.
so if you'll go.
East. Dallas Cowboys.
I'm here.
There it is.
They better put Cowboys on top. Yeah.
Hey, there
she is. There you go.
We gonna do it one more time so everybody can know how to find her stuff. All right, listen,
Yo.
we gonna leave you without excuses today.
And when you go to it, save it as a favorite on your web browser.
Yeah, skip past the Eagles section.
Go click on my article.
Yeah, go click it. Go give her some clicks. I know how this
Yo.
game go.
Don't just click it. Read it.
Read it, yeah.
And read it, but first click it. Click it too, though. Don't just.
Yeah, don't just click and refresh, guys. Like, actually read it and send it to people you know. Send it to all the Eagles fans because you know they'll be clicking.
Oh yeah. They love us. The Eagles fans. They
probably
follow
already
us more
They're
than
big
known
Cowboys
to.
fans, really. More
Got
than
it already
anything else.
bookmarked.
Yep. So one of my favorite ones that I've done so far is that interview with Malik Hooker. We did that at SportsCon. Really good stuff there. If you want to go read that.
Ooh,
That was
exclusive.
one of my favorite ones. Ooh.
Dope. I see. Look at it.
Get him off the screen. Get him off the screen.
Hold on, let me hit that pause button.
You guys are killing me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, we lazy. Hey, we got to show people exactly where to find you. That's how we,
I love
There
it.
we go.
Thank you so much.
So, and
really fun.
her related content is here more. So, if, the fact that she has this very cool job, but it's coming from a cool place to where she already had a relationship with the players, the coaches, and all of that. Don't make the mistake of being silly and saying that she don't have her connections. I saw it with my own eyes. It's real. You know what I mean? I saw the players get up and say, Jess, when she didn't see them. So good job. You rocking that out there, girl, and keep doing your thing.
Look, all I'm saying is if I can get some players to sing Taylor Swift, like the connection's pretty real here. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to say who, but I'm going to say there's some Swifties in the locker room. I'm not going to say who.
Now you gonna have to get.
No, she told you said it on that show. It's Dak.
You Malik Hooker. Malik Hooker.
Said, I remember on the show you said. I was just listening to it, so I know you said it. You and Dak had a Taylor Swift moment, and
we did.
And it made y'all bond even more.
Bit of a Taylor Swift moment in the locker room.
Dak, what you doing, bro? Dak, what you doing? Dak, what are you doing?
That leap. Tell Simi can't be eating that Arby's like that, man. If you want to make that Cedric Wilson leap, man.
Oh man,
they're doing that for
those guys.
People still eat Arby's.
Simi, man, me and Simi was going at it on Twitter, man, about Arby's.
You like Arby's too, Jess?
Yeah,
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
The best thing they got is on the French
turn
fries.
some Arby's up. On a good day.
The fries is the only thing they got good.
Oh, the fries are delicious. No, if anything you got out of today, please always just remember, no matter where you're watching, these players are people. And they read what you put online. Sometimes, most of the time, they probably don't because they're working. But I see it, and everybody else sees it, and it's just not fair. Their families are online. Watch what you're saying, and just be good humans to them. Like, I will advocate that forever.
I apologize to Joshua Ball. Then I apologize, dog.
Oh man. Either. I'll come for you. I'll personally come for you if you're hating on Taylor Swift.
Listen, Taylor Swift. What?
I could have did the other day, but it's my bad.
Look, I requested it at SportsCon. I don't know if
what's your favorite?
Down.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song again?
Oh my gosh, I have so many. You're gonna make me go through that? That's
man, we not finna go through that.
Come on.
You gonna make me hit the butt. That's what you gonna make me do. You gonna make me hit the butt. That's what you gonna make me do.
Come on,
Get out of here. That's what we do. Thank you, Jess.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I'm really in the feel I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Hit that light.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick, it would probably go a little something like this. And with the 17th pick of the 2020 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys select
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. Oh.
Impressive, Chuck. That was just so impressive. Yes, indeed.
I will move down.
The smart thing would be to move down, but the Cowboys historically don't.
Boss could be a trade down here with Justin. We got to trade. We got to trade. We got to trade.
I said this is the place to move.
We were just sitting here talking Justin Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is the place to move down.
Go hard, or go home. Go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard.
Put some respect on Arby.
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home.
All right, man. I'm gonna have to go get some Arby's then, man.
Yeah, you gotta put some respect on Arby's name, my brother. I'm sorry, you have to.
Hey, I said them fries go hard though.
Yeah, he kind of touched us on that one, Jess. He kind of.
That seems very personal.
Yeah, I kind of, I had a little bit of an inferior vibe.
We got the pick.
Yeah, it's gotta be Parsons. Like Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now.
So the Cowboys just selected Jake Ferguson with pick 129. Hey, I'm good. I love the pick. I love the player. I know that a lot of people will say that this is probably a reach. This is about where I had Jake Ferguson. Really solid player from Wisconsin. He can do all of it. He can block. He can run routes. He can actually make people miss in the open field.
Referee's car like a Atari now. Call filling up. I need product again. Treat the business like a playground. Might slide on you. Don't even want my
They're saying Jess awesome over here on the chat.
Do a backflip because I'm mad.
They say what, man?
Jess. They love Jess in the chat.
No, Jess killed it.
Awesome.
Jess, we got to get you back when you not as busy.
Anytime. I will always make time for you guys. So even if I'm busy, I'll always make time.
Ooh, thank you.
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home. Can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home.
Let's go.
Go hard,
Yep.
or go home.